Hello, welcome to Nezzo's Bad Shop. I'm your host Nezzo, and you are looking at a D6 GA Purple that has been lightly tuned. So, this is the third video of the little set of D6 videos I've uploaded all on the same day. And this car, as I say, being a lightly tuned, yes, this car was not built to box stock specifications. The owner, who is currently driving it, and who was my test driver in the other video, or one of the other videos, Bryant, this is his own personal D6 GA Purple. And yeah, he did a light tune straight from the bench, didn't bother with the box stock tune, wanted to sauce it up and do a couple of things, so he decided to do so. But mind you, he wanted to keep it a little more on the budget. He didn't want to throw a whack of money at it or a ton of parts at it in the beginning of his tuning campaign here. He just wanted to get the car built. Whoa, gimbal. The gimbal has been playing up a little bit today, so bear with me here as I work through teething issues with the gimbal. It doesn't normally act up like this, so put some LOLs in the comments and the timestamps when the gimbal gives up. It'll be funny reading for me later. Yes, what was I saying? Yes, light tunery, and Bryant didn't want to throw a ton of money or a ton of parts at it right away, which is fair. Wanted to do a light tune just to see what we could get from the box spec, because I had my cars in box spec form. And this light tune is definitely effective. The little changes he made definitely are showing up here. And aside from his geometry tuning as well, I was trying to think what else he had done besides the parts. He did actually modify the steering geometry and the rear active toe geometry, I think a little bit, mostly front end tuning, not so much in the rear, but definitely he had... Hold on, let me try to think here. What has been done to this car? I'm just trying to go through my brain because we've done a bunch of things. So quickly here, we'll pull it over here. Bryant's pull it over. So D6 GA, you can see there's more weight up front here. So he's added front weight, different shocks entirely. So we've changed that out. What are they, axons? I can't remember. Either Frankenstein. We'll just call them aluminum shocks. full aluminum shocks. They have a couple of different bits and bytes up there, but you can see he's got lots of rebound and boingy boingy going on. This is sort of his personalized feel for his suspension. So aside from changing the entire shock, the shocks assemblies and everything, swapping those out, he's mounted his front ones, and his rear ones. He's mounted them upside down, personal preference. Other than that, he has added some spacers, so moving the positionings around on the shocks. In this case, straightening them up a little bit more, which he has felt is generating him even more front grip, aside from him adding a little bit of weight here on the front end of the car. So other than those pieces added in the front, you can see the shocks in the rear here upside down, modified the position, the mounting position, so more straighter. If we look here, because he's doing the upper rear, which is the setting, not the which is the upper mid setting, or the which is lower rear setting. It's kind of funny saying all those. He's in positioning. So his motor is more mid, which means he had to change up the rear suspensioning because things are moved around. So the rear active toe link is more on the rear side of the car instead of on the front side of the rear transmission here. And because of that, the sort of geometry is a little bit different somehow in the manual. It was looking pretty wonky, so Bryant decided to set the link length himself to set his own rear toe. And as we can see, active rear toe is activating. It looks actually pretty similar to the box stock setting. It might be pretty close. He might have just modified it very slightly. But with the aftermarket shocks on there, we got lots of jam, and that active rear toe is doing many things. So that's good news. The only other major parts he changed, you can notice back here, is the gears. Those teeth, very fine thread. Those are 64 pitch gears. So we got a very small pinion and a very big spur. I'm not even going to bother to figure out what the numbers are right now. If anything, we'll post the setup sheet or whatever. Just know he changed his gear ratio. One by changing the pitch, and then by changing the teeth. The only other major change he made wasn't even on the chassis. He swapped from a 13.5 motor to a 10.5. He just had the 13.5 on hand fast, but then after a quick drive decided he wanted more wheel speed, so a 10.5 is ideal. My GA car has a 13.5 in it. It's the only thing I could grab quickly. that I had on hand, but I do want a 10.5 in it because my sport car has a 10.5 in it currently, and it rocks. It's really nice, so definitely going to do that. And yeah, other than those few little part changes, and oh yeah, aluminum servo horn under there. Other than that, it's just suspension tuning in terms of the geometry of the hardware here. So Bryant has put in his own front toe. It looks very similar to the factory toe, but it is slightly modified. If we do the steering angle turn, again, very similar to the factory. However, Bryant has set his up with a little, oh, look at that. Do that again, and then go the other way. Yeah. This is a quick bench tune, so you can see when we go the one way, we've got a little bit more parallel going to the right. Yeah, there's the parallelism. I was going to say it's going to be the same on the other side, but when we flip to the other side, we have a little bit more positive Ackerman going on. So you have actually a mixed tune. We'll call it the NASCAR tune. It's a little bit. He bench tuned it kind of quickly today so we could get it on the track. So this is why I call it a light tune. Very quick, and just kind of threw it on. So something we will refine there. However, the car drives epic and has all kinds of bites. So if anything, I think Bryant might notice it turns better one way than the other, but he just says it's balanced, it bites really well. And compared to my D6 Sport chassis with box settings and my D6 GA Purple chassis with box settings, this car has even double the grip right now that the GA Purple stock is generating, and that's generating even more grip than the Sport car. So the mild little changes he's done here has proven highly effective already. So that is good news, everyone. And this is all happening with a standard size 2S. This is the big boy, not even the slim one. And to get this in here, if you have a standard size battery, if you want to install it, you see, took the Dremel here and just kind of grinded out a little bit of space here just to get the bigger battery in. So you can do that. And then, of course, just flip the battery whole retainer in here, just flipped it around. And there you go, stuffed a big battery in it. But ideally, you're going to want to put a slim shorty in this thing so you can get it to be a little bit more agile. But right now, this is jamming pretty good. And the only other, oh, right, he's left the stock wheels in the back here, but he has changed the front wheel for a higher offset. And he's changed he's changed the tires to Yokomo's P-Tile, I believe. Yeah, look at it. These are our Strictly Sideways Club Edition tires. And then the only other major thing, I think, that I may have overlooked is the stopper. He has pulled the stopper out. I think, yeah, so if I go back to the front here, let me go back to the front there. Turn it again there. Yeah, so here we got no stopper, and we are going, where are we here? Do that again? Yeah, we're getting a little more angle now. We're getting closer to 90. So Bryant also noticed he could chuck this car in a little harder while still driving it casual. The car will chuck and bite in a little bit harder. So go ahead and do a couple more laps here. You can go ahead. Oh, he's tuning his radio. Give him a sec. He's just playing with something. There we go. Get her back into driving mode there. So there, you can see with a light tune from the first bunch of footages, and from me following it here just briefly, you can see how well the car is handling, and he can really just put this thing wherever he wants it already with a light tune. Perfectly through the gutter with me chasing it, not even have to worry. And oh, the other thing that I was mentioning on the other cars compared to this one in particular, the other cars have what I noticed was a weird issue with the motor mount being a little bit crooked on install. Bryant, when I noticed that earlier when he was completing his car, noticed it on his car as well and went ahead and corrected that. So his motor mount is nice and straight again, and his 64 pitch gears are sitting flush with each other. So that is also why you are not hearing a lot of raspiness coming out of this car, because the gears are meshing properly and his motor mount is straight. And you can probably see it from some of the still shots as well. Even when I was glancing at it, my peripheral wasn't even freaking out like it was on the other cars, being like, this is not straight. So, there we go, another gutter packy. Brilliant. Let's see if we can walk this wall here. Yeah, pretty much. I like it. Yeah, so at least, even with a light tune, these D6s are just coming alive. So, I mean, I'm excited if Mr. Bingo from Bingo RC Designs, if he can put together a big wasp version for the D6. I'm pretty sure he's already working on it. I would love to get my hands on one and add it to one of my D6s or both. But I like the standard GA chassis, the carbon chassis. It looks really nice too. So now Bryant's gonna pop on his body real quickly, using the stock magnets too, I think. The stock factory 3Racing magnets, which work very well. So sub $300 car and you get stealth mounts, that's a big deal. Basically, it's been a good day for Sakuras and D6 things and reverse entries. Oh, did it get stuck? Yeah. There we go. Now he's got his body on. We get a bit more of a visual. And after this gutter send here, I'll chase the car around with a body for a lap or two, and then we'll go back to gutters. Whoa, mint! Mint, that's scale. Yeah, look at freshly installed, freshly uninstalled. Great success. I like that. All right, I'll chase it around with a body here so you can get a good visual like the other videos. The fitment also went really well, both with my other car bodies that I chose and with Bryant's here as well. Yes. Oh, yes. Literally point and shoot even more than the other cars. Quite good. Very excellent. I just can't wait to drive mine more, and I want to tune mine sooner than later, but I also, nice vacuum. I don't really want to because I want people to experience it box stock, so I'm going to pass my car around for a little bit, but follow everyone else's builds. All right, let's do some gratuitous backy action here for y'all. I know that's what everyone loves. I love it too. It's fun to watch over and over. There we go now. That was pretty good. I don't know if you're going to get better than that, Julian. I remember what I was going to say. My brain came back to me. It's come to the point now, at this point of the night, where at least 2 or 3 people who drove this car, Bryant included, the D6, Bryant owns this D6 in particular, because this car, oh, it's sunk in, very nice, because this car is so good out of the box, and even with a light tune, is pretty good. Currently, Bryant is actually questioning whether he's going to keep his Reeve D RDX or not, and that's big news. To actually decide to swap over to D6 from RDX and use D6 as new comp car. I mean, you tell me, come on now, for the bang for the buck. I don't know, I mean, he might do it, but that thought crossed his mind, and then he blurted it out loud, and we kind of were like, wow, we're at that point where we're questioning ownership of a really good car because another really good one for less cost has come around. I don't think a lot of people would actually, oh, that was a big wall hit. He was going for it. Try one more, Richard. I don't think too many people might actually make that type of a switch, but you never know. I'm partially half considering it myself, actually. But I really will only consider it if I actually put a nice tune on, like, say, this Plus car, or if they release a Pro car in the next couple months, then maybe something like that. But, oh, backy. It wasn't a gutter, but it was a backy. Okay, try one more gutter, yeah. You gotta hit the gutter for a send-off. But yeah. My Reeve D RDX, for example, it started life as a all-plastic basic car, and I upgraded it to the point it's at now, so I could do the same with the D6. We shall see. But it's making me think about it, this car. Let's see this now. Good enough. Good enough, you dropped it in, good enough. Well, so that's that. Lightly tuned D6 GA. Owned by Bryant. Where is he? He's up there. There he is. There's Bryant. There's Joey, who drove in the D6 Sport video. And there's Bryant's car, and there's Bryant's spoiler. There you go. Here, I'll just, oh, I can't, wait, put it in. Yeah, there you go, brother. Oh, he'll head back to the pits, assess his tune, and check out his front end there, because we have more positive Ackerman on one side than the other. But it works really well, so I'm calling it the NASCAR tune, right? It's off balance and off kilter on purpose, and it works really well. So that's that. D6, they are here, and they are very, very good. Yep. So that's Bryant's. There's my Sport. There's my GA, and there's Joey's car, which I forget. What is that car?
Oh, that would be the what's our X right now, but it's the red D6.
Oh, that will be the red D6. Yes, that's the body he's probably going to run on his D6, which is red. But that is not a D6. It's just posing as a D6. It's like day 6. They don't know I'm a D6. But anyways, that's that. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you've done to your car, if you've changed a lot of stuff, or if you're going to do it box settings like my other cars, or if you're going to do a lot of things and change a lot of parts, or just do a casual light tune like Bryant has done here. As you can see, casual light tune, it just enhances the base cars. Pretty much like the path the Reeve DRDX took. The little bits we did to it, the better and better and better it got. If you just threw a ton of money at the car, it didn't really work. So, kind of a new sort of way of going about things here. We'll see how these cars progress out, but otherwise, going very well here on day 0, essentially, Shakedown day. And I'm thoroughly impressed with every single version here, so more to come, shakedowns, comparisons of many more things. Bryant's going to be working on his car. Joey still has to build his car. He's going to do his own tuning, this and that. And then, yeah, we'll do a lot of stuff. And we're going to do tandem comparisons as well. I'm going to leave those cars as box stock. These guys are going to tune their cars. We'll film some tandems. We'll see the differences. We'll go head to head. We'll do comp style stuff. I got all kinds of ideas cooking up stuff, even not just for these cars, but for other cars too. So, yes, thank you for watching. And, yeah. Can't do it without y'all, the audience, participating in everything else, and my test drivers and everyone that helps me at the track here. So big ups, and we will create some more goodness for you, and we'll be back, and we'll have more for you. So ta-ta for now. Bye.